Today, we will discuss about the top simple things that mess with the mind. Number 1. The food variety effect. Festivals are full of cheer, tinsel, and weight gain. The festive season is notorious for leaving extra padding. Even though people eat more during this time, they are often surprised by the amount of weight that greets them after some times. This is largely due to a phenomenon known as the variety effect. The more food is on offer, the more people eat without realizing it. Nature has a way of curbing the appetite. The longer the tongue deals with the same texture or flavor, the more one's appetite diminishes. However, this mechanism fails when people graze at buffets, Thanksgiving dinners or lunch. Switching between different foods delays the desire to stop eating because the flavors and textures keep changing. This is why something as simple as a meal with several courses can fool guests about how much they consume in one sitting. Number 2. The good looks bias. Nobody likes to think that something as superficial as looks can sway their opinion. But the statistics are there. Attractive people get more votes and shorter criminal sentences. They are also viewed as more honest, trustworthy, kind, and intelligent. This does not mean that everybody is a shallow idiot. Once again, science suggests that the brain is making a multitasking blooper. The same brain region rates beautiful faces and good behavior in others. So, when the brain thinks about hot eyebrows, it also assumes things about the person's character that might not be so positive in reality. The same channel also works in reverse. When that happens, people who are not conventionally attractive are seen as beautiful because they have gracious personalities. Number 3. Eye contact freaks out the brain. According to body language books, people who don't maintain eye contact might just be untrustworthy characters. However, there is now evidence that the weasel factor is not the entire story. Those who cannot stare at another person while holding a sparkling conversation are experiencing an unusual effect. Our brains use the same regions for talking, thinking, and keeping eye contact. Sometimes, this causes a mental traffic jam. This conclusion came from a small Japanese study. But the outcome suggested that the brain struggles with the combination of focusing on a face and thinking of words to say. The effect worsens when the conversation uses new or difficult phrases. To cope, the befuddled brain tries to single task by making the person feel that he has to avert his eyes. Number 4. Motion sickness is mistaken for poison. Scientists believe that the brain has a fear of being poisoned. When signals do not add up, the brain uses an old faithful to rid the body of toxins, the bath. Unfortunately, the brain sometimes imagines things. Motion sickness is a classic example. Evolution cannot keep up with technology. In this case, the human body never adapted to moving transport. The main problem is that vehicles make it hard for the brain to decide whether the body is on the move or is stationary. There is little muscle action, so the brain knows that the person is sitting still. However, the ears carry a special fluid capable of sensing movements. During a drive, the sloshing sends a clear message. This body is hurtling forward. The mixed signals wreak havoc with the brain's hypochondria. Convinced that the body ingested something bad, the brain triggers nausea. Some people get it so bad that they are forced to pull over to throw up. Interestingly, it remains a mystery as to why motion sickness only affects certain individuals and not others. Number 5. Crossed arms can bring pain relief. There are plenty of ways to stop the pain. But pills and potions aside, the future of pain relief could include physiotherapists demonstrating poses to confuse the brain. A small study in 2011 showed that the idea might not be as ludicrous as it sounds. 20 people agreed to be zapped by a laser. After being burned on their hands, they crossed their arms to see if this simple act could reduce the pain. The participants reported that their hands felt better and their EEG caps, which measured the brain's electrical mood, said the same thing. Apparently, the noggin is used to the left hand touching the left side of the world. The same with the right hand and side. Crossing the arms places the injured hand on the wrong side and tricks the brain into a weaker pain awareness. That is the theory anyway. But for a new pain therapy still in its infancy, the scientific evidence is looking good. Thank you for watching the video. Keep smiling.